Now we continue our coverage of Pope Francis in America. New at 5:30, we're talking with a priest from East Greenwich who traveled to Philadelphia to see the Pope, who he has concelebrated Mass with a number of times. It's been a busy day for Pope Francis, the pontiff bringing his message of peace, love, and faith to New York, coming face to face with some of the families who lost loved ones and first responders on September 11th, 2001. He also met with world leaders and thousands of New Yorkers. Earlier in the day, Pope Francis urged world leaders at the UN General Assembly to work harder at solving global conflicts like those in Syria and Ukraine, adding human beings should take precedence over partisan interests. Now let's head over to Bensalem, Pennsylvania. That's where our own Mike Montecalvo has more with Father Ryan Connors.
Absolutely beautiful day today. We are stopping at St. Catherine Drexel Shrine, which is just outside of Philadelphia. The 400 Rhode Islanders are here. They're going to spend some time here before we go into Philly. Father Ryan Connors is the associate pastor at Our Lady of Mercy in East Greenwich. He is also the spiritual director for this trip. You know, Father, you have concelebrated Mass with Pope Francis before. You're going to do it again on Sunday. That's going to be a real honor for you.
Yeah, it is one of the greatest honors a priest can have, because to be together, that's celebrating Mass with the Holy Father, all the people from all the different countries and all the different languages. I mean, it's just an evidence of the Catholicity of the Church, the universality of everybody come together, one faith, to pray with the Pope. It's a wonderful honor.
Now, Father, you studied in Rome when Francis was elected. What was that like?
Yeah, so I was a student at the North American College in Rome. I was there when Pope Francis came to the central loggia, the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. It's just a moment where the whole world is waiting for our Father, for Il Papa, for the Pope to come. And it was a wonderful moment, a great sign of the joy that he brings to the Church, and a sign of hope for the Church throughout the whole world.
Most of us, I remember we were in the newsroom and he comes out and we're all looking at each other like nobody really knew who he was. But I think a lot of people know who he is now.
For me, one of the great moments was when the Cardinal came to the window and said, "Habemus Papam," we have a Pope. We didn't even know who it was, and all the Catholic people cheered. Everyone said, once again, the Church has a Pope, has a Father. And then Pope Francis, with his joy and his simplicity and his humility and his transparency, he's a man of faith. People see him and they think, that's how Jesus talks, that's the Pope's job description.
You're a young priest. How does he get more men into the priesthood?
I think what he's doing, I mean, he's just living the faith fully and completely, calling people to the joy of the gospel. He says in Argentina you can water down fruit juice, but never the gospel. He gives us the full thing. This is the gospel of joy, and he invites people to want to lay down their lives in love. He tells us what Jesus did. Come follow me, and this will give a joy and a hope that comes from nowhere else.
All right, joy is kind of the key word. I think everybody is joyful to be on this trip. Father Connors, thank you very much. Now, coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, we have a special story, a pay-it-forward story for a woman who is here on this trip from the state of Rhode Island. For now, I'm Mike Montecalvo, Eyewitness News.